Welcome to the 589th episode of Travel Witch Radio. I'm Dan Schlossberg. Roger Noriega is not with us tonight, but we are in the 14th season of Travel Witch Radio, the show that lets you enjoy the pleasures of travel from the comfort of your armchair. Every week at this time, we talk to people representing destinations, hotels, airlines, railroads, car rental companies, and others in the world of travel and hospitality, from authors and bloggers to broadcasters and publicists. If it's got anything to do with travel, it's got everything to do with Travel Witch Radio. And our guest today is America Segura of Corpus Christi, Texas. Welcome, America, to Travel Witch Radio.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to talk about our destination and giving you guys a little glimpse of the Gulf Coast capital here in Texas.
We are really, really glad to have you because we haven't done that much with Texas. And let's talk about Corpus Christi. It started as a small trading post and grew into the fifth largest port in the United States. Wasn't it also the site of a battle during the Civil War?
Yes, Corpus Christi was indeed a site of military activity in the early days, and it still has that kind of glisten in our current destination. So we are a World War II heritage destination designated by Texas. So we have a lot of different sites here. So if you're into history, that's a very neat component of your travel itinerary in the Gulf Coast capital. We also have our World War II aircraft carrier turned museum here. And more recently, just debuted a new Women in the Navy exhibit. That is a phenomenal exhibit aboard the USS Lexington Museum. It's that aircraft carrier that we have here on our bay. And actually, the USS Lexington was the first ever aircraft carrier that allowed women to work on board. So very significant to have that here in the Gulf Coast capital.
And Texas is a big state. So please tell our viewers exactly where Corpus Christi is located.
Absolutely. So Corpus Christi, Texas is located in South Texas, right on the Gulf of Texas. We are 2 hours away from San Antonio. That is the largest city that is near us. We actually you are able to fly into our destination. We have the Corpus Christi International Airport where visitors looking to visit our destination can fly into, and you can also drive here. So pretty big destination. We're the largest beach destination in Texas with 7 islands and 9 beaches. So you have a beach to coast your own way, and we have a variety of different things to do here.
Is it accurate to say that Corpus Christi got its name in 1852, but got involved in the Civil War just 10 years later?
It is. So the name Corpus Christi actually dates back to 1519 when Spanish explorer Alonso Alvarez de Pineda discovered the bay on a Roman Catholic feast day of Corpus Christi. So that's actually Latin for the body of Christ. That's what Corpus Christi means. However, the town was officially incorporated in 1852. So about a decade later, it seemed it indeed became involved, in the war and all of that. But yeah, the body of Christ, Corpus Christi, that's us.
The creation of a naval air station put Corpus Christi on the map?
I would say there are plenty of things that put Corpus Christi on the map, but yes, the establishment of the Naval Air Station in Corpus Christi, that was in 1941. It was definitely a turning point. So it brought national recognition to the area and a lot of economic growth. So during World War II, it became one of the largest naval flight training facilities in the country. And we already know that because of that, that was one of the significant aspects that led to us being World War II designated here, which we received that designation about 3 years ago. So we've been able to see it kind of come full circle.
Isn't that station involved in training pilots for advanced Navy, Coast Guard, and Marine Corps aircraft?
Absolutely. So NAS Corpus Christi is a premier training ground. It's home to Training Air Wing 4, which trains Navy, Coast Guard, and Marine Corps aviators in advanced flight techniques. So many of the nation's elite military pilots have received their wings here.
And speaking of flying, we here at Corpus Christi attract so many birds that it has won the nickname Bird Capital of North America. Is that because its large bay is so shallow that fish have to stay close to the surface?
We are indeed the birdiest city in America. So we received that designation many years ago. After 10 years consecutively of receiving that designation, they kind of just stopped doing it and said, that's it. It's you guys. You guys are the place to go for birding in the US. So we are a bird watcher's paradise. So we sit along the Central Flyway, which is one of the major North American migratory paths. You mentioned the shallow bay. The shallow bay does create an abundant food supply by keeping fish near the surface. So it attracts a huge variety of bird species, including herons, pelicans, and even rare whooping cranes to this area. That's why it is often referred as the birdiest city in America. More recently, actually, though, we had a bird come through called the cattle tyrant, which is a native of Panama, but it was spotted here in Corpus Christi, and we had avid birders from all over the U.S. Coming to catch a glimpse of this bird that would otherwise only be native to Panama.
We're talking with America Segura about Corpus Christi. America, with your benign climate, fishing must be big for both locals and visitors. And what about sailing, windsurfing, swimming, and other water sports?
Yes, we love our water sports down here in Corpus Christi. Our substantial winds make it an impeccable place to learn how to windsurf. We're one of the best places to learn how to windsurf. So the mild subtropical climate makes water sport a year-round activity. Not only can you do that during the spring and summer, but you can even do it during the fall and winter. Fishing is a huge draw, both inshore and offshore. So we have fishing charters in the area. Sailors love the steady winds, and windsurfing, kiteboarding, paddleboarding are especially popular in areas like Bird Island Basin, which is right here located in Corpus Christi and our Padre Island National Seashore. And it is ranked among the best windsurfing spots in the US. The beaches are perfect for swimming and sunbathing. We have a national seashore in our midst, as well as a Mustang Island State Park, which Mustang Island State Park was actually just nominated in the Condé Nast Traveler Awards, Reader's Choice Awards this morning, we found out. So definitely some cool spots to come and not only sunbathe, but also be immersive and learn a new water sport, or even practice your skills in the water sports that you already do frequent.
Speaking of the water, look at this beautiful sunset. People that come to Corpus Christi have to bring their cameras, don't they?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I walk right outside my house and my office, and I can't help but to just love the palm trees, love the climate. I walk right outside our office and I see the beautiful bayfront. I can actually see the bayfront from our office. So always keep your iPhone camera ready. You never know when you might catch a glimpse of a rare bird that you might want to spot, some amazing waterfront views, or even the food. I mean, the food down here has such color and vibrancy, and the seafood is so fresh. You know you're going to want to capture that phone eats first experience.
Proximity to the water must be the reason Corpus Christi is home to the Texas State Aquarium and the USS Lexington Museum, right?
Yes, absolutely. So the Texas State Aquarium is one of the largest aquariums in the United States. So it is among, I believe, the top 5 or 6. It offers interactive exhibits. So you have the marine life conservation programs there that are phenomenal. We have a lot of marine life conservation programs here in Corpus Christi. We take sustainability very seriously. And the immersive experiences that you can also do, you can snorkel with the sharks at the Texas State Aquarium, and they are very good about taking care of the marine life. It also boasts a state-of-the-art wildlife rehabilitation center that opened a couple of years ago. So you can actually, as a visitor, go in there and see the way that they're taking care and rehabilitating these marine animals. It's a phenomenal experience. I recommend it. That is a must if you come and visit our destination. And also, you mentioned about the USS Lexington Museum. So Like I mentioned before, that's a World War II era aircraft carrier that has been converted into a floating museum. Visitors can explore the flight deck, the crew quarters, and even a 3D mega theater. It's the only aircraft carrier in the world with escape rooms on board. So if you wanted to do an escape room, you can do that here at the USS Lexington. And it is an absolutely stunning ship. You're able to eat inside there. There's a restaurant. And it's such a great place to be able to learn about the role that Corpus Christi played during World War II. And all of the World War II memorabilia in there is just fantastic for those history buffs.
Wasn't the USS Lexington used in the 2001 film Pearl Harbor?
It was, yes. So it was featured in the film as a stand-in for the original USS Enterprise, but its authentic look and historical accuracy made it the perfect filming location for aviation and battle scenes. And lucky for us, now we have a film and music commission. So for those that are looking to film another maybe World War II film, or are looking for different filming locations in an aircraft carrier, beaches, some historic sites, Corpus Christi is the place to be, and we would be delighted to connect you with our film and music commissioner and see how we can make that project come to life here.
Beyond the USS Lexington, Corpus Christi has other museums too, most of them not far from that battleship. Tell us about the Museum of Asian Cultures, the South Texas Institute for the Arts, and especially the Museum of Science and Industry, which has the same exact name as my favorite museum in Chicago.
So cool. Yeah. So we have the Museum of Asian Cultures here. It showcases art and artifacts and cultural items from across Asia. It offers different educational programs and rotating exhibits. And one of my most favorite components that they've adopted recently has been their immersive experiences. So they have sushi making classes, mochi making classes, these culinary classes where you're able to get your hands dirty and really learn about the culture and kind of how to incorporate it into your own kitchen. So I've really liked that they've kind of elevated that experience inside the Museum of Asian Cultures. Not only are you walking through and seeing and learning all these fun facts, but you're able to take a class and learn some of the cuisine, learn some of the calligraphy, and really take that as an experience, as an immersive one. And you mentioned about the South Texas Museum of our Art Museum of South Texas. I apologize. Our Art Museum of South Texas is it's a stunning modern building. It's designed by Philip Johnson. It houses different works by Texas and regional artists, and then it has different rotating exhibits. And in there, I mean, the building is already a work of art on its own, and then its rotating exhibits give it such an extra beautiful emphasis on arts here in the Gulf Coast capital. You also have an exquisite dining experience inside of the art museum. It's called Elizabeth's inside the art museum, and it's a French Mediterranean cuisine. You're right on the water with panoramic views. You're able to see the dolphins. You're right off of the shipping canal, so you can see the port, you can see the USS Lexington, and it's this beautiful and stunning picture, especially during golden hour. And as you're sipping your wine and eating your tapas at Elizabeth's, you are also know that you're in one of the most amazing buildings in Corpus Christi, which is the Art Museum of South Texas. It's absolutely stunning and definitely a must if you're here. And you mentioned that your favorite one of your favorite museums is the Chicago version, right, of a Museum of Science and History. We have our very own little piece of Corpus Christi Museum of Science and History here. We have this museum that has different exhibits. It has some rotating exhibits. It's mainly, I recommend it for children and for families. You have a lot of memorabilia from old Corpus Christi, which gives you a glimpse into what life used to be like in the 1800s, 1900s here in Corpus Christi, as well as some cultural relevant exhibits, like the exhibit that features the life and legacy of Tejano superstar Selena Quintanilla, who called Corpus Christi home.
There are many preserved historic homes in and around Heritage Park, not to mention the Harbor Playhouse Theater. Please share.
Yeah, Heritage Park is a collection of 12 beautifully restored homes, so each representing a unique architectural style and historical period. These homes tell the story of Corpus Christi's diverse cultural heritage. So you have one of the homes being the Museum of Hispanic Culture, which is absolutely incredible. You're able to go in there, and it's a smaller museum, but you're able to really see the different Latin cultures represented there. Nearby there, you also Harbor Playhouse, which is one of the oldest and continually operating community theaters in Texas. It hosts a variety of productions from musicals to original works. And it's a very charming little setting. It's right next to all of the hub of museums. And they're actually celebrating an anniversary this year. It's the 100th anniversary of the Harbor Playhouse. They're going to be doing Legally Blonde this year. They're going to be doing the Christmas Carol, which is a staple of theirs. So they have some really amazing programming coming up in the next couple of months.
And speaking of natural attractions, we'd like to hear about Corpus Christi Botanical Gardens and Nature Center and the Pat Sutter Wildlife Refuge.
Yeah, the South Texas Botanical Gardens and Nature Center is such a staple if you're coming in, especially as it pertains to ecotourism. It's a lush oasis that showcases native and exotic plants. You have roses and orchids and cacti and palms, and those are very native to here to Corpus Christi. We have a lot of palm trees. And then it also offers some butterfly gardens, some birding areas, and they host the annual Birdiest Festival every April, which is amazing for those that are looking to really immerse themselves, kind of cross some of those birds off their checklist. And it has several nature trails. So I love going out there on a nice evening and just soaking it all in. It definitely offers a little different glimpse of the ecotourism in Corpus Christi.
We are talking with America Segura about Corpus Christi, and this is Travel Witch Radio with Dan Schlossberg and usually my co-host Roger Noriega. We're in our 14th season, approaching our 600th episode, which we will mark with an hour-long special on June 19th. We're live at 5 New York time every Thursday on LinkedIn, YouTube, WhatsApp, X, Twitter, and Facebook, among others. That was a mouthful. We mentioned Pearl Harbor a minute ago, America, but Corpus Christi also contributed to the film Giant. Wasn't it filmed on your King Ranch?
Yeah, so the King Ranch is located a little bit outside of Corpus Christi in Kingsville, Texas. However, we consider the King Ranch to be one of our most large partners. So we always love to showcase the King Ranch, especially for international travelers that are looking to really get a glimpse of the Wild West. We like to kind of be that coastal cowgirl, coastal cowboy experience for those looking to have that here in Texas while also enjoying our beach amenities.
In addition to that large ranch, isn't downtown Corpus Christi close to Padre Island, Mustang Island, and assorted municipal, state, and even national parks?
Yeah, so only 30 minutes to 40 minutes away from downtown Corpus Christi, you have the Padre Island National Seashore, which, like I mentioned, is our national park. You have this beautiful protected park right in our midst, only 40 minutes away from the downtown Corpus Christi. You have the Padre Island National Seashore that also offers sea turtle releases, public sea turtle releases, where that happens usually during the season of May through September. It's a really neat time. It's such a magical sight to see. And if you've never seen a sea turtle release and didn't think that that would be possible here in Texas, it definitely is in Corpus Christi and in Padre Island National Seashore. Only about 10 minutes away from Padre Island National Seashore, you have our state park, Mustang Island State Park, which we are always glad to showcase. You can camp on our parks. Something notable about our beaches specifically is that you can drive in a lot of our beaches. I mean, I'm talking about taking a Jeep, a 4x4, and renting that out and just gliding right on our beaches, right by the water. Accessibility is such an amenity to be able to do that. And so we love to showcase that you can drive on our beaches.
Do the birds that come to Farrell's Golf Course ever interfere with play? We understand that lots of migratory coastal birds like the lynx too.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that? It cut off a little bit.
Okay. Do the birds that come to Farrell's Golf Course ever interfere with play? We hear that lots of migratory coastal birds like the lynx too.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have birds all over. It's definitely a birdie city, if not have the title of the birdiest city in America. I don't think it ever interferes. I think the people here are very used to having the birds come around, and no bird is vicious. I mean, they're beautiful birds. It's such a sight to see, and it's a very seamless integration with our day-to-day life, and we love it.
Birds and wildlife are often the subjects of artists in your area. So tell us about the K-Space Contemporary, which we understand promotes local, regional, and even national contemporary art.
Yeah, K-Space Contemporary, which is headed by Michelle Smith. She is the curator over at K-Space Contemporary. She does such a phenomenal job showcasing and bringing rotating exhibits, but also showcasing the local talent. So in her shop, once you go in, you're able to purchase even some goods. And every year they also host the Dia de los Muertos Festival, hosted in November. So they showcase the arts in real time. They take inspiration from our Latinx heritage here in Corpus Christi and in South Texas, and they're able to incorporate it beautifully into their artwork, into their gift shop, into the murals, and into a lot of the programs that they do here in partnership with La Palmera Mall and in partnership with the Downtown Management District and other entities.
We mentioned Padre Island National Seashore a couple of times. Did you get spring break this year?
Spring break, we are indeed a spring break destination. So Padre Island National Seashore usually tends to attract kind of a more family-oriented demographic. And like I said, we have 9 beaches here in Corpus Christi. So there's really a beach for every type of traveler. You have your beaches, which are more your spring breaker beaches, your college beaches, because we do have a college here, Texas A&M Corpus Christi. It's the only university on its own island. And so for those spring breakers and college kids, they usually tend to flock to more the Mustang Island area, or maybe even JP Luby, which is known more of the college beach. But something about Corpus Christi is that we are a very family-friendly destination, and that is what we are primarily known for and loved for, because of all the amenities, the museums, and the festivals, and the family-friendly atmosphere that we have here.
Okay, we talked about participation sports in Corpus Christi, but how about spectator sports? Don't you have minor league teams in baseball, football, and hockey?
We have, yes, we do. Starting with our Corpus Christi Hooks, who is the minor league affiliate to the Houston Astros. The Hooks are beloved here in Corpus Christi. As a matter of fact, every year we partner with them to do something called Gulf Coast Capital Night, which is a community night. And the games are so much fun. Every Friday there's fireworks. They play out of Whataburger Field. For those that didn't know, Whataburger was originally started here in Corpus Christi. And so that has been the field that the Corpus Christi Hooks play at. And then we also have the Corpus Christi Ice Rays, which is our hockey team. And so their season just ended. Their playoffs just ended a couple weeks ago. And we're always glad to be able to support all of our teams and even the Corpus Christi Football Club. So they have some big announcements coming that I cannot share yet, but I'm sure it will be big news. And we love our spectator sports here. We love to support them. And the Sports Commission, the Corpus Christi Sports Commission, is actually under Visit Corpus Christi. So we are very involved with spectator sports and sports all around.
And you have rugby and soccer too, right?
We do. Yeah, that's what I was referring to with the Corpus Christi Football Club.
Okay. If visitors want to see Major League Baseball this summer, how close is Corpus Christi to Dallas, Fort Worth, or Houston?
So to Houston, we are about 3.5 to 4 hours. Dallas is a little more ways away from us. That is going to be a 6 to 7 hour drive, and Fort Worth is about the same, 6 to 7 hours. Texas is a very big state, but I definitely recommend for those coming in out of state that they stay for a while. San Antonio is only 2 hours away. You can fly into Corpus Christi and then start driving up so that you can really check out some of the really cool spots. Texas is a diverse state with a lot to offer.
Is college sports a big deal in Corpus Christi?
I would say so. With the university being here, it's the Texas A&M branch. We have Texas A&M University Corpus Christi. So baseball, basketball, we don't have a football team, but we have baseball and soccer, tennis. A lot of our athletes are top of the line. We have a couple of college athletes that participated in the Olympics last year. And so sports are definitely a big component of this community, and we're always glad to champion that. If you go on our website, you're able to check out some of those amazing stories of some of the famous people that have been inducted to our Hall of Fame here in Corpus Christi for their sports contributions.
America, for a combination of participation and spectator sports, would you recommend fishing in the Gulf of Mexico, hunting for deer, waterfowl, or feral hogs, or sailing and kite flying? And didn't Corpus Christi host the Youth Sailing World Championships a few years ago?
We did. We hosted the Youth Sailing World Championships. That was a really fun time. We also, I believe it's almost now 2 years since we hosted the table tennis championships too here. And that has been amazing. It's been amazing to see Corpus Christi as a hub for sports tourism. And as it pertains to participating in different water sports, I always recommend fishing right here. We've been designated one of the best fishing spots for 4th of July and for a couple of years by Fishing Booker. So any wind and water sports really in the Gulf Coast capital, that is going to be the pinnacle. I would 100% recommend it if you are a fishing enthusiast, if you're a windsurfing enthusiast, and if that's kind of your bucket list, I definitely recommend coming to Corpus Christi, Texas, and seeing what we have to offer as far as those sports, because it is plenty.
And for the best bird watching spots, should visitors consult the Audubon Outdoor Club of Corpus Christi for advice?
I would say that the best advice you would be able to get would be with our website. So our website actually has a birding guide full of information and easily comprehensible checklist, what you need, what are the best spots, what are the type of birds that are native to our area, what are their migratory routes, things like that. I would say that would be the best scenario, is going to our visitor information center and our website, calling our visitor information center and going to our website and social media. And that's really going to give you everything that we need. We have a full in-house editorial team, marketing team that works on researching and creating this content to make sure that people can enjoy everything that the destination has to offer for their specific niche interests.
And for visitors who are more daring, don't you also have a skating bowl and a street course along the shoreline of the bay?
We have plenty along the bay. We have different parks. You're able to go skating along the seawall, which is a lot of fun. You're able to ride the scooters in downtown. You can even do horses on the beach, which is a fun experience out on Mustang Island, where you get to ride a horse along the beach, and that's really neat. I really recommend it. And kayaking is also very big here. So we have glow-in-the-dark kayaking and nighttime activities that, like glow-in-the-dark kayaking, glow tours through bicycles, and there's plenty here in downtown and on the island.
America, spring in Corpus Christi means book festival time. We hear former First Lady Laura Bush started the Texas Book Festival, and several spin-offs resulted.
I'm actually not too sure about that. I will have to get back with you on that.
Okay. How big is Corpus Christi? How many hotel rooms do you have? And do you have properties of every size, price, and description, including both chains and B&Bs?
We do. We have multiple hundreds of rooms, and we have plenty to offer. Specifically, I always recommend staying either in downtown Corpus Christi at the Omni. And we also have a really nice property out on Mustang Island that is called Lively Beach Resort. So Omni, Lively Beach. We also have the DoubleTree. If you're looking to do some of those museums, the Texas State Aquarium and the USS Lexington, I recommend the DoubleTree Hilton Hotel out on North Beach. So we do have different ranges of hotels and accommodations, Airbnbs, and it's always a neat time to be able to help visitors really find what works for them, and cater what hotel is in their best interest and would cater to the things that they're needing.
Let's talk about food, one of my favorite subjects. Do you have any special recipes or restaurants that should be on the can't miss list of visitors?
Yeah, for those that are into fishing, I would definitely recommend the Cook Your Catch experience. So that is where you go out on a fishing charter. You go out fishing for a couple of hours. You come back and you dock your boat either at Dock's Seafood and Steaks or at Snoopy's Bar, and you're able to get your fish cooked for you right then and there. And it doesn't get any fresher than that. I would have definitely say that that is at the top of the dining list. Then we also have a plethora of different restaurants we offer. So Bellino's Italian is a great one. We also have Blue Cove Seafood, which is phenomenal. And we have the unbeatable Water Street restaurants, which it is 6 different restaurants. It includes El Camino Tex-Mex, which our Tex-Mex down here is phenomenal. They have Central Kitchen, like the art museum, Water Street Oyster Bar, Water Street Sushi Room, Executive Surf Club. And all of these different restaurants are owned by the same restaurant group. They're owned by the Lomax family, and they are absolutely incredible. They are unbeatable. I mean, you are talking about 6 different concepts that are amazing, each in their own craft. And from oysters to sushi to the Tex-Mex, every single menu item that I've ever tried is exquisite.
For people with limited time, do you have guided tours by land or sea?
We do. So I will do a shameless plug here with Enjoy Corpus Christi Tours. They have ghost tours during October. They have Christmas lights tours. They also have historical tours and just general tours. So Enjoy Corpus Christi Tours is a phenomenal asset here to our destination. And then we also have, like I mentioned, the Glow Row, which is glow in the dark kayaking that'll take you out on tour of the Laguna Madre. And then we also have bike tours that are both during the day and during night, Segway tours. And then we have the Texas Teas, which is a yacht experience out on our seawall, and the Japonica, which is a dinner cruise. You're able to take it out on the water, and it's a lot of fun, and you get dinner and a show.
Do you have any spring or summer festivals we should mention?
Yeah, so our most upcoming is going to be the Birdiest Festival. That is next week. We also have Memorial Day weekend, which usually tends to be a busy time down here, but it is always great to be out there on our beaches. Like I said, we have 9 beaches, so we have plenty of room to welcome visitors in. And then we also have through the summer, 4th of July is a great time to come down here and go fishing. And then really our festival season kicks off for the most part during the fall. So we have Jazz Festival, the longest Texas running jazz festival, and it's completely free for visitors to enjoy. Then we also have Music Walk and an Art Walk. Art Walk happens every single first Friday of the month, and Music Walk is kind of like a big takeover of Art Walk, which is why we deemed it Music Walk, and that is hosted in the fall as well.
We're talking with America Segura about Corpus Christi. I'd like to add that the list of famous faces from Corpus Christi includes Farrah Fawcett, Eva Longoria, and former Dodgers pitcher Bert Hooton. Anybody else you'd like to add?
Yeah, of course. The Queen of Tejano, Selena Quintanilla. Selena Quintanilla is known as the Queen of Tejano music, and she called Corpus Christi home. Her family still resides in the area, and they are also still keeping her legacy alive and well through the Selena Museum. It is a wonderfully curated museum where you're able to really celebrate the life of Selena. You also have a lot of different spots that have come out in the movie. That's actually where Jennifer Lopez got her debut, was in the Selena movie. So definitely an unbeatable, unmissable thing to do here in the Gulf Coast capital is commemorate the life of Selena Quintanilla.
How do our viewers learn more about Corpus Christi?
I would recommend that they go to www.visitcorpuschristi.com and follow us on social media at Visit Corpus Christi on every social media channel, from TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube. So definitely recommend you checking us out on www.visitcorpuschristi.com and on social media at Visit Corpus Christi.
Our guest today has been America Segura of Visit Corpus Christi. Thank you, America, for visiting with us on Travel Witch Radio.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to the next one.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you in Chicago for IPW.
See ya. Have a great one.
Okay, you too. And viewers, since baseball season is now in full swing, this is the perfect time to share the excitement with my new book, Baseball Biography Home Run King, The Remarkable Record of Hank Aaron, featuring a foreword by Dusty Baker. This 265-page hardcover explores Aaron's contributions not only as an athlete, but also as an advocate for civil rights. That's Home Run King, The Remarkable Record of Hank Aaron. Get it today on Amazon.com. That's it for this edition of Travel Witch Radio. This is your host and writer, Dan Schlossberg. Roger Noriega is not with us tonight, but next week, join us again. Our guest will be Leah Schofield of Visit Florida. Hope to see you then. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Good evening and stay safe. Oh, there we go.